So, people on the internet are convinced that Naomi Campbell isn't just a supermodel, but that she owns a secret private property where she runs a syndicate for the global elite, sort of like a new version of the Epstein operation. I mean, it has been said that her ex-billionaire boyfriend, Vladislav Doronin, bought her a private island with a massive eco-mansion shaped like the Egyptian Eye of Horus on Sadir Island in Turkey. And we also know that Naomi owns one of the largest luxury villas in the seaside town of Malindi in Kenya, which is a private and high-end retreat, where she has hosted many famous friends over the last 20 years. So, is this where she runs her own private syndicate that is similar to what happened at Epstein's Island? Well, guess who is saying that there could be more to this Naomi angle? Yep, Tyra Banks.
We did a fashion show. I don't remember what it was. It might have been Jenny or something like that in Milan. And we were doing that fashion show backstage, and you came up to me right when I was about to walk out, and you said something. And it's so funny because it was so surreal at the time when you said it. I didn't think that you could actually say something like that.
What did I say?
You said something like, "You'll never be me, don't ever think that you'll be me," and something like that.
I said that?
Yes.
Honey, if Tyra, who has seen the darkest corners of the industry and once admitted she was very scared of Naomi, is dropping hints that people shouldn't sleep on her, it sounds like a warning. See, Tyra knows exactly how the mentorship game works and might have seen things backstage that haven't made it into the tabloids yet, and she could be signaling that Naomi's influence goes far beyond the runway and deep into those elite circles where mentoring might actually be recruiting. Sheesh. I sure hope y'all are seated. Okay, I know that there's no way Naomi Campbell is escaping those Epstein connections, because the new documents clearly reveal that she and Epstein stayed in touch over a 15-year period, from 2001 to 2016, and there has been so much information linking the two of them in the latest documents. Well, Naomi has denied any connection to Epstein, but when people put pressure on her, she said that she was introduced to Epstein on her 31st birthday by her ex-boyfriend, Flavio Briatore, and that Epstein was always front and center at Victoria's Secret fashion shows. She said that she had no idea Epstein was using her name to attract young women interested in modeling, and as he did with many others, he overstated their acquaintanceship. She even said that she deeply regrets having had any contact with Epstein after his conviction, and said that despite rubbing shoulders with Epstein, who she called one of the hundreds of thousands of people that she stood next to take a picture, she said she was unaware of Epstein's alleged crimes at the time.
This is a direct character assassination. I've always said that I'm not a saint, that I am a work in progress, but I will not be held hostage by my past. What he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else. Because I've had my fair share of predators, and thank God that I had good people around me that protected me from this. I mean, right now I stand with the victims. I can't, they're scarred for life. For life. I've rubbed shoulders with hundreds of thousands of people.
However, if we look at the trail of her name in the documents, it's very clear that they had a very close relationship. For starters, according to the emails, Naomi Campbell attended various lavish parties with Epstein, traveled with him, asked to borrow his jet, and visited his home in New York. Something else that's worth noting is that in 2010, 2 years after Epstein's conviction for procuring an escort not yet of age, Naomi Campbell's boyfriend, Russian billionaire Vladislav Doronin, invited Epstein to join the couple on a private boat trip along the Nile in Egypt. That same year, Epstein asked Doronin if 2 of his friends could attend his party in Moscow. In addition, emails also revealed that in 2016, Epstein discussed purchasing Brazilian modeling agencies, specifically negotiating with Ford Models. While Ford Models, which once represented Naomi Campbell, denies any contact with Epstein, the documents show his persistent interest in using the modeling industry as a means to meet women. What people are saying is that maybe Naomi was actually the one who suggested that Epstein should contact the agency, because it would probably be easier for her to get the women for him that way. Other than this, one of the accusers who was taken to the island even called her out for lying, saying, "You saw me at your parties. You saw me in Epstein's homes. You saw me on the plane. You saw me get my hair cut. You saw me on the streets. You saw me." There's also another exchange that shows Epstein's associate, British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, offering to bring Naomi 2 playmates. Speaking of Ghislaine, by the way, the DOJ had already released a transcript of an interview between Ghislaine Maxwell and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, and in it, Maxwell stated that Naomi Campbell likely visited Little St. James, which was Epstein's private island at some point, and she even said that Naomi and Epstein had a relationship that was independent of hers.
Her relationship, her friendship, you're making me use your word, her friendship, whatever, with Mr. Epstein was independent of me.
Okay.
As if this doesn't link them enough, investigative threads and summaries of the 2026 files suggest Epstein's network looked into recruitment hubs in East Africa, and particularly in Nairobi and the coastal areas of East Africa. And coincidentally, in January 2021, the Kenyan Ministry of Tourism named Naomi Campbell the International Magical Kenya Tourism Ambassador, where, like I said, she owns private property. Now, the theory going around is that Naomi uses her mentorship programs like her reality show The Face or her work with young models as a front to find and hide young women at these private properties. The idea is that these young women aren't just getting career advice, they're supposedly being prepped to be sold or traded to high-ranking elites, politicians, and billionaires. Actually, you know what? Naomi has been accused of running her own syndicate, not just on her private property in East Africa, but also on that eco-mansion shaped like an eye. And people have even said that they suspect that a lot of ritualistic activities also take place there. So, because the house was designed to look exactly like an ancient Egyptian symbol, conspiracy theorists often link it to Illuminati or satanic rituals, claiming the shape is actually a signal to secret societies. Yes, the Eye of Horus is a real symbol of protection and healing in Egyptian history, but in the world of online rumors, it's treated as a third eye meant for surveillance and elite control. And some people even go as far as to guess that the glass dome and specific layout of the mansion were intended for dark ceremonies or to channel weird energy, especially given Naomi's high-profile social circle. Baby, I know that all this sounds like something out of a movie, but if you put the pieces together, you may realize that it's not just theories. And now we have people like Tyra Banks allegedly saying that we should actually look really deeply into Naomi. Now, when it comes to Tyra Banks, people have always said that when she joined the modeling industry, Naomi felt threatened by her presence and tried on numerous occasions to sabotage her career.
Yeah, I had a very painful early days in Paris. As much as I was booking every single fashion show, people didn't know I was going home at night crying my eyes out because the woman that I was looking up to seemed like she just didn't want me to be there and was doing everything in her power to make me go away. And I didn't understand that as a young girl. Like, why is she doing this? This is so evil. This is so awful.
It was actually so bad that in 2005, Tyra invited Naomi on her show, The Tyra Banks Show, to address their rumored beef. And while on the show, Tyra accused Naomi of once saying backstage at a fashion show, "You'll never be me. Don't think you can be me." Tyra also made several more allegations against Naomi, saying, "You called me the B word and said, we have a photo shoot to do in Anguilla, and it's not going to be pleasant if you're talking about me like that." In response to Tyra's claims, Naomi largely denied the accusations, saying, "I'm not someone to go and give myself away and say that to anybody. I've never said that in my life. If that's what you remember, I accept that person, but that doesn't sound like me to people who know me." Let's just say that Tyra Banks went there prepared, and she tabled all the receipts she had about Naomi being mean to her.
I remember this because I was so new and young. You said, "I have to ask you something. Do they try to make you look like me?"
Right.
And I said, I don't know about so much now, but in LA, yeah, they really did with the little short black whips
that.
and
You
stuff.
told me that, yeah, I
yes.
remember.
And Naomi, you got up, pushed me away and said, "Yeah, I thought so." And you turned.
I did.
You went from the sweetest woman that was giving me vitamins to someone that terrified me on that trip.
Oh my God.
And
Understandable, I can understand.
I was told on that trip that I was sent home because you don't want me there anymore. So I didn't finish that trip.
True.
That's what I was told.
I don't have the power than a winter.
At the end of the episode, it looked like they had worked through their issues, but clearly it continued, because there was still bad blood between them. In fact, there were reports that when people started calling out Naomi for her close friendship with Diddy, allegedly Tyra was among those saying that she wouldn't be surprised that Naomi was involved with Diddy's alleged crimes.
Puffy is really like my brother. He is so protective of me, and I'm the same for him. He is the kindest, the loyal, generous. We always say each other, we love each other. I'm going to see him this weekend. I'm going out west. And I'm so proud of Puff.
You and Puffy are very close.
Very.
Of course, with Diddy, we already know that they had a tight bond, and Naomi even posted a bunch of photos and videos with him, including one which she captioned, "You inspire me every day. Your passion and your drive for perfection. Your spirit ignites. I love you, brother." There's actually a bunch of photos of Diddy and Naomi together, including several where they are with Cassie, like this photo of Naomi with Diddy and Cassie in Dubai. Naomi is even the one who threw the lavish birthday party for Diddy back in November 2023, and even captioned a video she posted with Diddy, "Happy 50th, brother. Wishing you another 50. Forever by my side." Now, just a week later is when Cassie launched accusations of Diddy, which led Naomi to scrub many of the photos she took from Diddy's party. But then again, there are already enough photos online to prove their tight bond. Honey, the same way she was trying to make it look like she was never close with Diddy is the same energy she's giving with this Epstein situation. Yet the receipts clearly show that they were close. And now people are saying that Naomi hasn't just been a bystander in these elite circles, but an active player who allegedly learned from the best. By positioning herself as a mother figure to young, vulnerable models through her various shows and projects, theorists suggest she has created the perfect pipeline to funnel talent into the hands of the world's most powerful men. Plus, her charity, Fashion for Relief, was caught spending thousands on spa treatments and luxury hotels instead of the actual causes. So, if the money wasn't going to the poor, was the charity just a front to move elite people and talent around the world under the radar? When you look at it keenly, you may find yourself concluding that Naomi ran a recruitment syndicate that would make Ghislaine Maxwell herself look like an amateur. Maybe this is why Ghislaine said Naomi had an independent relationship with Epstein. I don't know, guys. The more I go deep into this Naomi rabbit hole, the more I realize that she could be one of the top key players. And if Tyra Banks is allegedly saying that people shouldn't sleep on Naomi, maybe she's heard things from the modeling world. It's crazy, y'all. But let me know what you think of Naomi's involvement in the comments section below.